Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yes, of course. So, the community issue that I chose at the beginning of the semester was distracted driving. What attracted me to this community issue was the fact that I had a friend about a year ago pass away due to this type of incident. He ended up sending a quick Snapchat to one of his buddies on his way to work, and he flung his car over into the ditch, rolled it about 8 times, and this incident was incredibly horrifying for not only myself and all my friends, but also the entire community. Living in a town of 6,000 people, there were probably roughly about 400 people at the funeral alone. So I felt like living through this experience would be an important thing to bring up, especially in a college community, because I know that texting and driving is so common amongst college students and even anyone, teachers, professors, everyone texts and drive, let's be real. So I felt like bringing this to the table would be important, and by giving them motivation and showing them my credibility, I felt like it would show people truly how this affects everyone.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Yeah, of course. So the second one I did was not distracted driving, but drinking and driving. The call to action that we put forward was to increase police involvement on the highways, especially on the weekends, and to insert breathalyzers for people previously charged with DUIs. So, by increasing the police involvement, we felt like this would help to deter binge drinkers from risking a chance of a DUI or minor, because if you know a lot of police are on the highways, you may not be wanting to risk going out and drinking and getting pulled over. The breathalyzer idea was simply just to give people a motivation to not get to a point of a DUI. If you know that you'll have to go through breathalyzers, you may feel less obligated to go heavily drink and get yourself in trouble. But also, by adding breathalyzers, we can make sure that people who have problem with drinking and driving are not getting in their vehicles and risking the chance of hitting a family who doesn't deserve to die. No one deserves to die.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think if you were to ask my members what my biggest strength was, would be my motivation and credibility for this topic. I clearly have a lot of experience with accidents like these, so by sharing what I have went through, I know that my speech will become more significant to others based off of the emotion involved in all of the speeches I've given.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I would say the most challenging thing was just finding the time to get together to rehearse our speech. There were many times where I was just not able to make it because I had work, or maybe it was a Friday night and I was ready to practice my speech, but other people would want to go out and hang out with friends. So I would say that was the most challenging part about it.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
My biggest takeaway from Com 110 would be getting out of my comfort zone. I feel like the beginning of the semester I was reluctant to get up in front of class and talk and participate, but now I feel 100% confident that I can go and I can present myself and deliver a great speech, not necessarily because I spent hours practicing it, but because I feel comfortable doing it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you.